Hey everybody, good morning. Happy Saturday to you. It is the 1st of October and I am on here to give you your channel message for the month of October. We'll kind of tune into the universe and see what we can kind of expect for different themes and challenges or just different opportunities that will make themselves known to us by way of the universe and this thing we call life and our spiritual journey. So I pulled some cards from a couple of different decks this morning that were calling to me. And the first one that we're going to start with is Majestic Eminence. And this is from my, I think it's Magical Dimensions deck. I don't know. But basically, this message is around balancing your feminine and masculine energy. And if you were tuned into my video on that I did for the new moon of Libra, I talked about the idea of balance. Libra energy is all about balancing out the scales. It's about bringing in more balance into your life in whatever ways that may be necessary. So that's the whole thing with the divine masculine and divine feminine. It's not about whatever sex you are or, ascribe to, born to, or resonate with. It's about energies. It's about the yin and the yang energies. And the divine masculine energy is all about like action. It's about doing. It's about, making things happen. It's the manifesting energy. It's what brings imagination and creativity into the physical realm, into something that is tangible, the 3D. The divine feminine energies is about receptivity. If you think of the imagery, it's actually like the chalice. You can look at it like the pyramid. So the top pyramid goes down like this, okay, and it's just one-dimensional shape. It's representative of like a chalice. That's the divine masculine, where the divine feminine energy is shaped like a womb. So it's about like the cup of reception, receiving. If you think of like a woman's womb space, that is like, it receives the phallus, whatever you want to call it. But the point is that it's reception. It's allowing yourself to receive. It's allowing yourself to operate and flow. If you think about like a river, you don't go upstream. You want to go downstream with the current, and that's what divine feminine energy is about. It's moving and flow. So we're still in Libra energy, so it's very fitting and no coincidence that this card would come up, because it's that reminder to us that we're still in Libra energy. This is October. It's it's the 1st of October. This is a new month, new beginnings, new opportunities, new opportunities to make decisions about changing, doing something different. So that's what that card is saying. And then I pulled two from my Kuan Yin deck, which is all about like love and compassion. And so the first one that had come up was here, the yellow tiger mother. And this card speaks of understanding that it is so important now to really listen to your inner guidance, which is, again, this connects to divine feminine. Divine feminine energy is about intuition. So, connecting to your inner guidance, listening to yourself, staying strong, validating yourself, and knowing that you're not being stubborn, that whatever it is that you might be going through, it's knowing that it is okay and giving yourself permission to listen to your inner guidance. It's really important not to judge when we receive messages or communication or thoughts and ideas that just seem to come to us in our minds, to not judge it or to put an assumption on what it means for that to be. A lot of times we get inner guidance. A lot of times we're tuning in or not, and things come to us, and instead of listening to it, we judge it. We try to overanalyze it. We get caught in our heads about it instead of just listening. And that's part of the divine feminine energy. It's the listening to your intuition, because it's going to have a purpose. But what we can't do is we can't allow ourselves and our ego to get caught on the outcome. This is happening because I want X, Y, and Z to be the outcome, or this is happening because X, Y, and Z is going to be the outcome. Because listen, what you assume is what you're going to be bringing into your existence, into your reality, okay? So it's really important to remember we live in a world of infinite possibilities. If there's a world of infinite possibilities, that means you don't need to ascribe or assume to one, especially if that one is going to bring you something you don't want to experience. If there's one that would better, that you like and you do want to be your experience, then that's great. You can assume that. But we can't have an expectation. Here's what I have found to be true. Sometimes the universe wants to deliver something to us in a different way than we had anticipated. But if we are closed-minded and limited to it has to be this one way, we miss the opportunities. And not only that, but then we also might have to wait longer for something to actually pan out, if it pans out that way. So what I have found is the best policy for practicing this idea of how to bring more things into manifestation is by saying, this is what I want, but I'm not going to have this fear of the unknown for how things are going to pan out. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust that the universe is going to bring it to me in the best way for me in divine timing. And this card is calling you to trust yourself. It's calling on you to lean against the yellow tiger mother for that strength. Keep citrine with you. Work on breath work for your solar plexus and bringing, more trust and faith into yourself. I have subliminals that are going to be launching soon for confidence. But letting go of attachment is one of my subliminals that's out, and it's great to use for removing bringing yourself back into that place of trust. So definitely check that out in the in my YouTube channel. The next message is the threshold. And the threshold, which I found extremely amazing that this card came out, I'll zoom in on it, is that the threshold is talking about you entering a new spiritual level. Ooh, and I'm starting to get energy intensifying and flowing through my body, which is a sign that whatever I'm telling you right now is really, really super important. Not that anything else I don't say is, but I'm getting this validation. So maybe it might just be the way I'm receiving this message and how I'm delivering it to you. But you're now at a new spiritual level. So congratulations from the universe. They're, your guides. Everybody is so very proud of you. Yeah, there's a lot of energy flowing around this message right now, guys. And the key is understanding that when we reach that new level, it's the first one. One is all about, new beginnings, new opportunities. So it's about remembering that now that you're at this newer level, you've been doing all this work on yourself. And what does that look like? Well, just facing things. If you're facing your fears, if you're, looking back and reflecting on, things that have happened in your life and feeling my ear's itching. So this is like listening to the messages. Okay. This is that receptivity. And so with my ear itching, it's the universe saying, maybe you were listening more. And if not, this is going to be the month, you begin to do it. The fall, it's time for the harvest. They harvest the apples, the pumpkins are going to be ready. So it's time to, in one way, being at that new level, look back, reflect on how far you've come and be proud of yourself. Give yourself love and hugs and, Leo, get back here. Accolades, because this work is not easy, but it's necessary. I'm driven to evolve. I'm driven by the fact that every time I do more spiritual work, I grow, I change, more and more amazing things come to me. That's what drives me. And that's what will happen to you. If you just take that time to reflect, look at the good that has come into your life because you are facing your wounds, maybe your inner child wounds, maybe your childhood wounds from, whatever. Maybe you're facing issues with family conflict, whatever. Just look at the themes in your life. That there's certain repetitive themes that keep coming up. And that is, that's where you're being called to evolve. It's your point of evolution. So as you make changes and do things differently, as a part of that, you are evolving, and more great opportunities, more good things are going to keep coming to you. The rewards will come. The rewards could be something as easy as you're trying to get rid of something and bam, you sold it and you got a really good price for it. Or maybe it's, that you were trying to manifest something in your life and bam, here it is, So those are rewards. Anything we want that we get is a reward, and the universe wants to give us everything. You get to have everything you want. It may not look quite like what you expected, or it might, the process to receive it may take more of a different look and feel than what you had anticipated. But with this new beginning, with this new level of spiritual growth, there will be new opportunities for change and evolution. The key is focus on knowing and trusting. This goes back to the mother. Listen to your inner guidance that what you're doing has a beautiful, magical, positive benefit on you, on your life, on what you're experiencing. So that's the message for that. And then from my Whispers of Love deck, we have Take a Chance on Love. And it says when we love, our lives are changed forever. So if you've been holding back in your life from loving people, maybe it's friends and letting them in, maybe it's, relationships, partners, maybe it's family. The universe is saying, listen, don't use your past as a reference point for your present. The past is gone. It's history. It has the only way it has bearing and weight is if you give it that bearing and weight. If you decide, well, I've been hurt by love before and have this assumption I'll get hurt again, you're going to get hurt again because you're already manifesting that that's your reality. Just because you went through something before doesn't mean you have to go through it again, okay? The key is reminding yourself of that and then also saying, you know what? I got what I was meant to get from that lesson. Because that's all it was. It was just an opportunity as a point of evolution for you. So you take this time now to figure out what did you gain from that? What did it do? How did it expand you in a positive way? Look for the positives, not the negatives. Look for the positives and see, because once you can feel good about that and then release it, then you won't have this weight that seems to hold you into the past that says, this is why I can't take a chance on love. Because you are missing out on so many opportunities to have soulful connections. And that's why we're here. We're here to have these deep soulful connections, but you can't have it if you're afraid that you're going to get hurt. It should never be about that, okay? The hurt and the pain, sometimes it's an inevitability. Sometimes, we have these soul contracts with other people, and once it runs its course, the universe takes them out of our life. And it's not just the universe. We're not a victim. We are the universe experiencing itself. So at some point, it's in line. It becomes in alignment with some desire we have that we want to experience. But in order for that experience to happen, that person has to exit stage left. And we have to be willing to let go of the attachment. And that can be difficult, especially when you've been with somebody, there's an energetic connection there that is harder to break. There's emotions there, and it's a process. And this is where grieving is important, but we can't keep running away from pain. We're never going to get anywhere. And all we're doing is we're hurting ourselves even more. So instead, why not just take that leap of faith, listen to yourself and fall into love? We're in fall. Forget fall back with the daylight savings, fall in to love. Because you love yourself by allowing yourself to receive that love. And again, it goes back to that divine feminine, allowing yourself to receive. All right, and I'm going to try to hurry up and wrap these up because my dog needs to go to the bathroom. And I'm trying to keep him from leaving my purview, because I know if I do, he might do something I'm not going to be happy about. But we're not manifesting that. Okay, so from my heart and soul cards, you have, and I love the artwork. Can you just take a seat for a second, dog? Just take a seat. Come here. Take a seat. He wants to say hello. Do you guys want to say hi? Okay. Here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay. So this is Leo, for those of you who've never seen him before. And he's a multi-poo. And he is just, and he's an Aquarius. So he loves his freedom. He doesn't like to be held much like this. Like he's not like the baby. And he's spiteful. So you have to watch him. He's real spiteful because he's smart. Have a seat. I'll be done in like 2 clicks, okay? So here's the last 3 messages. We'll wrap this up. You may not be aware of it yet, but a tapestry full of positive outcomes, oh my God, right? And spiritual blessings now permeates your aura. What a beautiful message. I received that. I don't know about you, but I received that. The gray clouds have lifted, replaced by soft, radiant light. The past will soon be behind you. Let it go. See synchronicities. I just said that. And I honestly, I hadn't read these before. Let it go and embrace the positive times ahead. And I'm getting like that energy flowing. So the universe is like, yes, yes, yes. Okay. An angel surrounds you with rainbow wings, here to reconnect you with your true nature. The balanced, there's that word balance again, healthy, sensitive, and loving you. Remember that there is more life than your achievements. Consciously connecting to your spiritual and physical realities will help you reconnect to the sacred, infinite, and creative part of yourself that is yearning to play a greater role in your life. That's beautiful. And also what I heard while I was reading this was, you are not your choices. Okay, so do not think that you don't deserve something and you are not worthy of something just because of the choices and decisions that you've made, okay? You are not your choices. It doesn't matter. You have to just trust that those choices were made because there were lessons that you were meant to get, and it's okay. And you have to give yourself that permission, forgive yourself, because who needs your love the most is you, and your forgiveness, you need it. And that's what was coming through with that message. And then I come to awaken sleeping hearts like a bolt of lightning from the astral world. I appear as inspiration, a dream, or idea. I fill your heart with creative light and illuminate your mind so that the universe and all creation can find a space within your soul. This is a time for dreaming big. The possibilities are endless. Guys, happy October. Go out there and just go swim in this world of infinite possibilities and just create and receive and give. Okay. So listen, till next time.